was expecting more from him, to be honest. I was expecting more experienced play from him. Because the truth is with Jorginho, he has, and this is no disrespect to him, but I feel like he sometimes has the mentality of a 20-year-old player. You know, Jorginho is 32, and he's played in Champions League finals. He's played against the top teams in the world. I expect more and better from him.
Transit TV, welcome to Reggie Football Show. We're out here on the Heights in Houston, Texas. We just saw Arsenal beat Manchester City for the first time in
8 years,
2015 or something like that. The last time Cazorla and Walcott gave Arsenal 2 goals to cancel out the goal by Toure. Today Arsenal didn't just win this game, they kept a clean sheet against the Pep Guardiola side for the first time in so many years. What's your overall thought about the game?
Well, in truth, I feel like, you know, City obviously they knew that because they hadn't beaten us, I mean, we hadn't beaten them in so long, they knew that the edge was more on us, the pressure was on us. But, you know, I feel like this is a game that Arsenal had to win. We had to give it everything because at the time when we started the game, we were a bit nervous. People were just moving slowly, cautiously, whatever. They didn't want to make their mistakes and all that sort of things. But what I liked is that slowly as the game progressed, Arsenal started to come into their own, especially when I feel like in the second half when we made the change for Martinelli. That showed an intent from Arteta to say, listen, I'm going to go for this. And that's what we've been calling for as fans. Like, this, listen, even though they've beaten us so many times, you know, they're still a team like anybody else. They can be beaten on any given day. And I love the fact that Arsenal just went for it. And people will say, look, we scored by a deflected goal and all that sort of stuff. But the fact that we still had to shoot in order for the goal to come in. So I'm happy, man. The fact that we've beaten City, even though it's a 1-0, whatever, doesn't matter to me, man. I'm glad we scored.
Okay, let me ask you, like this game today, you know, big games like this always comes down to 1 or 2 details. What do you put this win today by Arsenal against City down to? What one thing or two would you say, hey, this is the reason why Arsenal won today?
I feel because we wanted it more, to be honest, because the fact that there was a thing where we hadn't beat them in 12 games, in actual fact we've lost to all of them, like we've lost to them 12 Premier League games in a row. We lost. So it's not like we took a draw or it was a close game or anything. They dominated us. I mean, I remember games where they beat us like 5-0, you know, 2-1, there was close games at the Emirates, you know, like they've annihilated us. I remember that time when we played them in 2018, it was they beat us in the final of the Carling Cup. And then we played them the following Thursday, where there was like no fans almost, and they just destroyed us in 25 minutes, like signal of intent. So I feel like the pressure was more on us, and I feel like we wanted it more. That's why. And the players knew that. They knew that. They were saying, listen, City, obviously they sold a lot of good players. They sold Gundogan, you know, Kevin De Bruyne is out injured, you know, all that stuff. So, and a lot of new faces came into the side. So it's more of a test to see, hey, how are these players and all that stuff. Whereas with Arsenal, a lot of the players were there last season. And also, the manner in which we lost the league last season is what hurt us.
Exactly.
So that's why I feel like the pressure was on us to say, listen, we need to actually do something. Let this be a signal of intent. And I think it was.
Okay, let me ask you, when Declan Rice joined Arsenal, Arteta said something. He said that Declan Rice is one of the pieces that Arsenal needs to push on to win titles and win big games like this. Do you think today Declan Rice did enough to give Arsenal the edge that they needed to beat a team like City?
Absolutely.
What do you put it to?
No, absolutely, because I was even saying to one of my guys over there, you see, my guys are there watching, giggling, actually, you know, teasing me, saying a celebrity. I'm not celebrity or anything, but listen, with Declan Rice, I was saying to them, like, he's a player we've needed for years. He reminded me a lot of Alexandre Song, remember him? Like the way he was just breaking up plays and just like he was that shield that we needed for years, and we didn't have that. I mean, Xhaka was good, but I feel like Xhaka, you know, he wasn't
that mobile.
Exactly, he wasn't that mobile. Well, Declan Rice, his job was just to break up play and all that stuff. And I feel like even though we had Jorginho next to him, Jorginho tried, but he couldn't quite do it. But, you know, with Declan Rice, I feel like he's the piece we needed for years. Like he's like I'll say the glue or the link between the defense and the attack, and he's done an amazing job. Like what a signing he's been for.
And you mentioned it there, you know, I know when the lineup came out, you seen Jorginho there, probably like every other Arsenal fan was a little bit not sure what we're going to get from him. What do you make about Jorginho's performance today?
Jorginho, I mean, I was expecting more from him, to be honest. I was expecting more experienced play from him. Because the truth is with Jorginho, he has, and this is no disrespect to him, but I feel like he sometimes has the mentality of a 20-year-old player. You know, Jorginho's 32, and he's played in Champions League finals. He's played against the top teams in the world. I expect more and better from him. And some of those mistakes he was making, the fouls he was doing, it was quite annoying, to be honest. And I was looking at Jorginho to say that, you see these guys again. But yeah, so in terms of Jorginho, I feel like I expected more from him. In actual fact, Declan Rice showed more maturity than he did, and that's with respect to Jorginho. But yeah. Okay,
wins like this sometimes, they say takes off some mental block on players and in teams. Did you expect Arsenal after this win to kick on from here and probably really, because I know most Arsenal fans and most people around the world don't really believe that Arsenal is going to give City the push again this season for the title. But with a win like this, do you think Arsenal from here now are going to and should pull out from
up the Arsenal?
Of course, man, every time. Yeah, man, I feel like this win can really kick us on, man, because to be honest, like, we've done something that we haven't done in 12 games. I mean, 13 games now. We beat Man City. So this is a signal of intent to show that even though Man City is a good side, but now they've lost 2 Premier League games in a row. They lost to Wolves last week. Now they lost to us today. And yeah, Arsenal, like, you can say that City looked at us. I mean, I think this is the most wins. I mean, this is the team that Pep has beaten the most times. Yeah. I heard a stat, something like in 33 games, Pep has beaten us, or 29 games, he's beaten us 20 times, lost 5 to us and drawn 11 or something like that. So the fact that we beat them today, despite how we did it, the fact that we did do it, it's a signal of intent, and it also shows that, Arsenal, it should instill a belief in the players to say, listen, we can actually go out and do this. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show, man. And I believe that Arsenal from here can kick on and probably, maybe I've told people on the show that if there's a year Arsenal should win the league, it should be this year, because before the season started, I didn't believe that City was going to be strong this season. And so far in 10 games, they've shown that they've lost 2 in the league in just 8 games. So it shows you that they're not as strong as they used to be. So I believe Arsenal from now should get some confidence from this game and go on to push for the title and probably win it this season. Thank you for coming on the show, man. And good to see you.
Much love,
nice one.
Have a good one.